Behind me here is a Tempest V2 bivvy system fitted with a skull cap. So you might be wondering, what is the whole Tempest skull cap concept all about? Well, it's dead simple. First up, it gives the Tempest a peak. Now that is a massive edge, and it's something that Tempest users have been crying out for years. So the peak has arrived for the Tempest. It's great news. Secondly, as the name suggests, skull cap, it gives you that coverage over the top of your bivvy, creating a cavity just like a winter wrap does, to actually give you the coverage in the areas where it can be susceptible to getting condensation depending on the weather conditions, and obviously this is a key point. Now the skull caps can be used all year round. They're great in the summer. The peak gives you that additional shade and protection from the sun, and the actual skull cap itself, because of the cavity trap between the bivvy and the wrap, it'll actually help to keep you cooler. Same as in the winter, a second skin helps to keep you warmer and just will protect you from the elements. Now in terms of which shelters the skull caps are available for, well, it's dead simple. First of all, you've got one model which fits the Tempest V2 bivvy system and also the V2 Air. Now there's also a dedicated skull cap available for the Tempest XL, the Tempest Composite bivvy, and also the Tempest Brolly. Now the clever design of the Tempest skull cap system means that it can actually be left permanently attached to your Tempest even when you pack it down, and I think this is a really important point. Now in terms of how it actually attaches to your Tempest, it's dead simple. The skull cap comes supplied with 5 skull cap clips which can be left permanently attached to your bivvy whether the skull cap is on there or not. Okay, in terms of actually attaching the clips to your Tempest, it is a dead simple process. However, it needs to be done before you actually erect your shelter in the normal manner. So ideally, take the shelter out of the bag and then just lay it on the ground. Now once you've done that, what I find is the next easiest thing to do is to actually just prep each of the skull cap clips. So remove both the blanking caps and take the screw and the nut apart and just put them on one side. One pole at a time, simply pull the 2 poles apart, which will reveal the elastic that's actually between the 2 pole sections, and then you slide the clip over the elastic and then up onto the female section of the pole. Then pop the nut in one end and then screw the bolt in using the Allen key that's actually provided. Once you've got the clip at the desired tension set on the pole, then you can simply pop on the blanking caps on either side, repeat the process for the other 4 poles, then you can set up your Tempest and actually attach your skull cap. Okay, so the next thing, you need to set up your Tempest in the optimum position. Now that's either with the tension strap or with the ground sheeting position, and make sure it's fully pegged out. Next thing, just take your skull cap out of the bag. Now what you need to do is locate the 3 front spigots which actually go at the front of the skull cap. And then once you've got them in front of you, then simply just throw the skull cap over the shelter, and then you can pop the 3 spigots in position. Personally, I find it's easier to work left to right, but it really doesn't matter, it's up to you. Okay, once you've actually positioned the 3 spigots into the storm caps, then you need to move around to the back of the shelter and first attach the Velcro section at the back of the shelter. Simply feed it through the clip and then only half tighten it, and then simply just repeat the process, half tightening each of the Velcro straps on the other 4 poles. Then lastly, all you need to do is just to make final adjustments and just tighten them all up. And what we found is once the Velcro actually levels up at the top, then you know you've got it in the optimum position. So that's the skull cap in position, looking fantastic. Now you'll notice there's a rod strap on either side, so perfect if you're doing a bit of rig mechanics or whatever, just sorting your rods out before you're putting them out. And it also features a rain gutter which runs along the whole of the front side, so if it does rain or there's a shower, the water will be beaded off to the sides and it will take it away from the front of your shelter, so it's not going to drip in on you. Okay, so when it comes to the end of your session, 2 options. Either you can fully remove the skull cap, dead simple, just reverse the process of actually setting it up, simply just walk around the shelter, undoing all of the Velcro fasteners and then just slowly tease them through, and then pop out the 3 of the spigots at the front, fold it up and it's back in the bag. So it's as simple as that. In terms of actually packing down your bivvy with the skull cap attached, it differs slightly. You need to release the tension on each of the 5 poles, but just so the Velcro is just catching, so they're still attached, but not fully fixed. And then come around to the front of the shelter and just carefully pull out each of the 3 spigots, and then you need to fold it back, thus revealing the actual Tempest opening mechanism. So once it's actually pulled back, you can pull the clip forward and unclip your Tempest in the normal manner, and then it will allow it to swing round, and then you can break the poles down. All I will say is just take care just to fold all the material in as you're working your way around, and then once it's done, fold it up, it's back in the bag. Okay, another option for you now. Those of you that are already using the Tempest inset panels, you'll be pleased to know that they are fully compatible with the skull caps. Now the setup, it differs only slightly, whereby you need to attach the inset panel to the shelter first before you actually put the skull cap on. It's dead simple. The 2 clips around the boss, put those into position and then clip it down both of the sides. Now, what you'll notice on the inset panel is there's 2 slits on either side. Now what that allows is the Velcro from the skull cap to go through the inset panel, then through the clip and then back out. And other than that, the setup is identical. So that's an overview of the Tempest skull caps. In summary, it gives the Tempest a peak, it gives you added protection no matter what the weather, it helps to reduce condensation, and the best bit, they're available for all current Tempest models.